Hey everyone, Shabby here, and we are back finally for some SWE, and we are here with Second City Throwdown. The second time we're going to use this pay-per-view name. Of course, we used it in Season 2, and it is back this time, live from Chicago, Illinois. It's going to be a biggie. And here we go, the opening match of the evening. It's going to be a little bit of Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Chris Benoit. Now, I suppose I owe you a little bit of an explanation to why I've been away for so long. I came down quite ill in the middle of November, and it's taken me a good couple of weeks to get over it. I'm still not 100% to be honest, but I'm determined to plough straight back into these videos, get back into my normal habits, and then should hopefully be back on full 100% in the very, very near future. Of course, we've got a big few days coming for you, because of course we've got the pay-per-view here today. Tomorrow we're going to have another special. And then on Sunday, we've got Mayhem. So 3 days of action to get us back into the SWE Universe mode. Tomorrow's special, I'll let you into a little bit of a secret for you guys that are watching. Tomorrow's special is going to be a Money in the Bank special. We're only going to have 2 matches on there. Then we're going to have a women's Money in the Bank and a men's Money in the Bank. And it's going to be across all of the brands. So, of course, you'll see a bit more of detail on that tomorrow. Because, of course, if you're wise and if you're thinking about this, you'll realise there's not enough people, not enough brands to make up a full Money in the Bank match, but I do have a resolution for that, which we'll see tomorrow. Apart from that, we're going to be pushing on a lot now, I think. Moving towards Christmas, I've got a lot of big plans, a lot of specials, extra specials this month as well, because I do plan on uploading a special on Christmas Day and a special on New Year's Eve as well. I really give myself a lot of work to do here, haven't I? But I can do it, I can do it, I know I can. I'm enjoying this. I've had a couple of weeks off, I feel refreshed. Not 100% yet back to normal, but still. Well, the problem was I came down ill. I got put on some medication. The medication they put me on had so many side effects. I felt twice as bad as what I did beforehand. So it's been a bit of a bugger, it really has. But we're back. We're back, and what a match to kick things back off. Shinsuke and Nakamura versus Chris Benoit. A dream match. It's never happened in the past, of course, because of circumstances. Benoit did have a very early career in New Japan, but much earlier before Nakamura kicked in. Benoit wrestled in Japan as the Phoenix Kid, as I believe. I think. I'll put your beer down and Google it. I should be drinking beer really on my medication, but you know, there we go. Phoenix Kid. I think that's right. Am I making that up? I think I might be making that up, you know. Wrestling. I know Phoenix Kid is a wrestler. Phoenix Kid. Am I getting this completely wrong here? I might have got this completely wrong. I thought he was, you know. Oh, the Pegasus Kid. What am I on about? The Pegasus Kid. I had the wrong mythical creature. The Pegasus Kid was Chris Benoit. That was New Japan, wasn't it? Yes, New Japan. From 86 to 94, he wrestled in New Japan. He was actually the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion when he beat Jushin Thunder Liger in 1990. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And then he went across to Mexico. He did the Best of the Super Juniors. He won the Best of the Super Juniors Championship twice in 93 and 95. He then won the Super J Cup as well. He had a really good career. I didn't realise. Like, I knew he was in. I knew he was in. When did he win that? No. When was that? I bet PJ Toby knows that. I bet he does. Yeah, just to say, it's been a long time since. Well, sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Yeah, it's a bit. I didn't realise his career in New Japan was so good. Literally, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, won the Best of the Super Juniors twice, and he also won the Super J Cup as well. And apparently, he was the WWF Light Heavyweight Champion. Which, I don't remember that ever happening, to be honest. When was he the Light Heavyweight Champion? Oh, I see. Oh, I'm really confused now. Really confused. I don't understand this at all. I think this is wrong. It says he was a former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion, but I don't... Yeah, no, he's Pegasus Kid won it. And he held it for a long time. But when the bloody hell was that? Oh, he won it in 91 in Mexico in a house show. That's not bloody right. I don't know. Here you go. November the 5th, 1997, the J Crown was vacated. Otani returned 5 of the belts except the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Otani was the final wrestler in the New Japan to hold the title belt before its return to WWF. So WWF owned... What? Oh, I don't even want to pretend I know what's going on there. If you know how that works, please let me know in the comment section. But apparently, the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship was a belt that originated in Mexico. And then went to Japan, where Pegasus Kid won it, and then was taken back into WWF, where they did the tournament to crown the original one. The recognised ones. But I don't know. I honestly ain't got a clue. It's confusing the bloody life out of me. It really is. Right, back to the action in the ring. Of course, this is a massive match, this one, because 2 of the top guys on Throwdown. So you'd think whoever gets a victory here would definitely put themselves in a championship position. Of course, because it is a pay-per-view match, this is worth double points as well. So, of course, 10 points to the winner and minus 10 to the loser. So it's a big swing. It's a 20-point swing for one of these 2 guys. Obviously, Nakamura is in a very strong position. He's quite high up in the rankings. I'm going to have to double check, actually. Where are they? Nakamura is actually 2nd in the rankings, whereas Chris Benoit is a little bit further down. He's about probably 15th at the moment. But a win here would move Benoit probably about 10 places higher. And maybe even more depending on results here this evening. There's that big suplex by Nakamura. Rolling Benoit over into the pin. There it is. 1, 2. I need a 2 count. Nakamura now stalking Chris Benoit. Are we going to see a Kinshasa here? Boot in the gut, and there it is, the Kinshasa. Is that going to be enough for Nakamura to get the pin? 1, 2. And no, Benoit kicks out. Benoit's only gone and kicked out. Nakamura now heading up top. He's going to go for the jumping knee attack. I do like that maneuver. No, jumping, spinning heel kick. Nice. Boot in the spine of Nakamura. Now Benoit trying to turn it around. Benoit taking Nakamura into a powerbomb situation, but Nakamura reversing it into a DDT. I need to change this Benoit. A few of you have said that this Benoit is not very good, and I sort of agree. I do, but still we're struggling. There's a few people now that look really, 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 really good. But there's other ones that still look a bit out there, and I think it's just a case of waiting it out, I think. He probably doesn't look too bad. I think he's more younger Benoit as he hits that diving headbutt into the pin. Referee's very, very slow down, but 1, 2, and oh, Nakamura kicked out, but very, very, very late. Very tight. Almost lost it. Benoit stepping outside the ring, taking a second to recuperate as he gets back in the ring now, taking Nakamura up on his shoulders. Benoit dropping Nakamura neck first across that top rope. And Nakamura catching Benoit. Benoit being smart there, rolling to outside the ropes. No, he can't get pinned from there. Nakamura can't even hit. There we go. He does finally hit him with a punch. I've got an image of Benoit now on my screen. Just trying to... It is a little bit out there, isn't it? I'd like to see Benoit do pretty well on this one. Again, it's a shadowy situation with Chris Benoit, but I'll say what I've always said. You shouldn't let what happened outside the ring define him as a wrestler. and you shouldn't let what happened inside the ring define him as a human. He's, as far as I'm concerned, we're doing this because he was a fantastic wrestler. He did open the door for a lot of other people moving forward in wrestling. Of course, what he did was completely wrong, but in fairness, we don't know how sound of mind and body he was, and we know he wasn't very good sound. He wasn't very good mind, was he? His mind was completely gone when it happened. He was not normal, was he? He was. I think they said he had like the mind of like an 86-year-old with Alzheimer's, based on his brain scans after what happened. But can't defend it at the same time. But at the same time, I shouldn't take away from how good he was as a wrestler, really. Nakamura now up onto the middle rope, stalking Benoit. There's that jumping Kinshasa I was on about. There we go. 1, 2, and no again. Benoit kicking out. What a great way to start this pay-per-view off. Nakamura stalking Benoit once again. Knee in the gut, and there's a Kinshasa into the pin, and surely the second Kinshasa will be enough to finish off Chris Benoit, and it is. And Shinsuke Nakamura gets himself the points. As if he needs him. He's already right at the top of the rankings, only behind CM Punk, who, of course, will be defending his championship in our main event this evening against Kurt Angle. Hence why it is the Second City Showdown, because CM Punk is a big Chicago native. And, of course, we want to take advantage of the Chicago crowd while CM Punk's here, just to try and get, you know, bums on seats. We don't want to do a WWE or TNA and have to either have tons of empty seats, or if you're TNA, actually have to hire people to sit in your crowd, which is why... I don't know, if you've ever watched Bound for Glory, right? This is what I noticed when I watched Bound for Glory. Sami Callihan made his debut. Jimmy Jacobs made his debut. No crowd reaction at all. Because nobody's got a bloody clue who they are, because they're not wrestling fans. They're paid actors waving a sign, that's why. But there you go. If Sami Callihan had turned up in NXT and did the same thing, that crowd would have gone absolutely crazy. Happens in TNA, everyone's like, oh, who's that? Oh... he's good, didn't he? Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? But anyway, enough babbling on. Let's get into our next match. And here is our second match of the evening. It's our first championship match of the evening as well, as American Alpha, accompanied by a pretty good Shelton Benjamin, actually, take on our current tag team champions, Guerillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa. I get confused with Tanga Loa. Is he called Tanga Loa? I always thought his name was Tangaroa. But he seems to go by... Is it something to do with Japanese, how they pronounce it or spell it, maybe? I don't know. Is it Tangaloa or Tangaroa? Ah. That probably makes sense. Tangaloa is a Tongan mythological family of the gods. Which probably makes sense behind the character name. Oh, it got changed. His ring name was originally Tangaroa, and they changed it to Tangaloa. That's why it confused me. You look at his names as a wrestler, right? He has wrestled. He started off right. Well, he's now called Tanga. Well, he's now called Tonga, apparently. Huh? Is that right? No, that's an alphabetical order. Okay. He's now called Tangaloa. He was called Tangaroa. He was called Tonga. Tavita Fifita. Mika, of course, was his name in TNA. Camacho in WWE. His early indie stuff, he was known as Agent T. And in Florida Championship Wrestling, he was known as Donnie Marlowe. Good old Donnie Marlowe. Well, I still think Camacho and Hunico is the best bit. I think Camacho, Hunico... If they'd gone for the Camacho, Hunico, Carlito, Epico and Primo as a stable, I think that would have worked really well. A heel stable of those guys, I think, would have been fantastic. And they started off doing that, didn't they? For a little bit in NXT. We had the dodgy bit of Hunico on his bike. You know, the way they are. But it's pretty cool, actually. I like that. I like that. I would like to see more than that. There we go. That's American Alpha. They've done well to get here, of course. They have defeated both the Singh brothers and then the Authors of Pain to get here. So they've already got 2 victories under their belt, whereas Guerillas of Destiny yet to wrestle. This is their first appearance in SWE Season 3. And it's a massive one. It is make or break. They either keep their championship, successfully defend them, and move on to tackle another month's worth of television, or they lose them to the informed tag team, I suppose. They've won 2 matches so far, American Alpha, which is good because in Season 1 and Season 2 they really struggled. They just couldn't get them to work very well. I think a major part of that was because their tag team finisher maneuver wasn't working. The whole the backdrop pin combination wasn't working at all. The pin wasn't counted by the referee as a pin. So that was a big problem last year. But this year they've fixed that, and hopefully, well, we already have, we're going to see better from American Alpha. And of course, we've had a couple of people mentioning about the Shelton Benjamin. And as you can see, we do have Shelton Benjamin now. A pretty decent version of Shelton Benjamin, so we will be seeing some more of him moving forward in SWE. I see a little tickle maybe towards the United States Championship maybe for Shelton Benjamin. That could be a good shout for him. I think the whole American Alpha takeover maybe, with these 2 obviously going for the Tag Team Championships, Benjamin going for the United States Championship. You never know, Kurt Angle could be the Throwdown champion later on this evening as well. That'd be a great night for American Alpha if they walk out of here with the Tag Team Championships and the Throwdown Championship. That'd be a real step in a good direction for them. I think the Tangaloa looks really good, and the Tamatonga doesn't look too bad either. The Tangaloa looks really good, apart from the fact that I've just realised that the logo on his chest is a different shade of black to the rest of the shirt, which is a little bit annoying. A little bit annoying. Well, in this picture that I've got of him here on Wikipedia, he's not actually wearing a vest, so I might just take that off him, to be honest. The bell goes and we are underway. Chad Gable and Tama Tonga to start things off. Yeah, do you like that Shelton Benjamin? I think it's pretty good. It's one done by, if you got the PS4, you'll know probably a guy called Crow. He makes some very, very good PS4 cores. I've actually started following a lot of them on Twitter now because it's so much easier. Because you see who they're currently working on and you see when it gets uploaded, so you know exactly when to go for it. Tamatonga on top. Tamatonga's looking a little bit pale. I don't know what it is. He looks like he's just been covered in talcum powder, doesn't he, a little bit? I don't know. What do you guys think? I quite liked him. His face and everything looks spot on, but his skin tone, for me, looks a little bit out. Not quite sure why or how or what, but yeah, it looks a little bit out for me. Chad Gable bringing in Jason Jordan. So we do have, of course, 4 championship matches for this evening. This is the first one. We've also got Alicia Fox defending a Women's Championship against Emma. We've got Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig defending the United States Championship against Jinder Mahal. And, of course, we have got CM Punk defending his Throwdown Championship in the main event against Kurt Angle. Other matches they've got this evening, though, we have... Oh, have I buggered that up? Yes, I have, yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I just something I meant to do before I started making this video, and I can't now because I've already started it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We'll fix it next time. Also, we've got another couple of matches. A couple of random ones, to be honest. One really random one is our next match. It's going to be Hulk Hogan taking on the Great Khali. We're going to go for a new... Oh, nice double super kick there. Summoning the spirit of the Young Bucks. Yeah, we're going to go for a sort of new age version of Hogan versus Andre, with Hogan versus Khali. I forgot his name there for a second. And then also the big match, which I'm going to absolutely really enjoy, and I know you guys are going to really enjoy this. When I tell you this match, you're going to go, ho, ho, ho. You know it already because you saw it in the opening credits, but it is going to be Jeff Cobb versus Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee versus Michael Elgin in a fatal four-way. Now that's a massive match, that one, because of course we are giving away double ranking points in a pay-per-view as always, which means the winner of that one is going to get 40 points. Yeah, 40 points. No, yeah, 40 points, yeah. So that's a massive one. One of those 4 guys is going to get thrown straight into the United States Championship picture, I would imagine, because 40 points is big. 40 points is very, very big. So, got Chad Gable now sending Jason Jordan... Sending? No, he's sending Tanga Loa into the corner of Jason Jordan. But Loa fighting back, sending Gable into the corner of Tama Tonga. No, I don't know who I fancy for this one. I sort of do... They're going to go for a 3D. It's a 3D, yeah. That's big. I sort of fancy American Alpha just based on the results they've already had so far in this universe mode. There's a reverse DDT there by Chad Gable on Tama Tonga. Gable now bringing Tonga back up to a seated base then. Got Tonga rolling Gable through. Headbutt right in the back of the head there. Tama Tonga bringing Gable back up. Send him into the corner. There's the tag. And the tag team work here by both members of Guerillas Destiny has been fantastic. They've really cut the ring off. They've been working over Chad Gable very, very well. And real professional tag team work by these two guys. And I think if it carries on like this, Chad Gable's going to be in serious danger. Tanga Loa. Oh, Tanga Loa took his eyes off Chad Gable for 1 second to line it up for a high-risk maneuver. And Gable was able to get across and bring in Jason Jordan, who's now hot tagging it up. Gable's down on the outside, though. So he's not going to be much help to Jordan if Jordan can pull off something impressive. Jordan Snake Eyes dropping Tanga Loa. Got used to call him Tanga Loa now, haven't I? Tanga Loa. Oh, but in comes Tama Tonga straight with the Ace Crusher. What a big move that is. Look at the face on Shelton Benjamin. He does not look impressed, does he? Just staring things down. There's the dirty deeds there by Tama Tonga on Jason Jordan. If that's enough to get the pin, I don't think Chad Gable's been... Oh, Chad Gable's just got back up on the apron. But Jason Jordan is able to kick out. Of course, Jordan hasn't taken a lot of the damage, I suppose, has he? A lot of the damage was taken by Chad Gable. Boot in the chest there by Tanga, or Tama Tonga. It's just, this entire match is just a massive tongue twister, I'll tell you. Especially me, I'm still struggling a little bit here and there. Look at that. Great tag team work there by Tama Tonga. Just dragging Jason Jordan to the corner of the Guerillas of Destiny. Stopping him from getting anywhere near making the tag. Then Tanga Loa, shall I say, completely missed him, which is always fun, isn't it? He's going to make the hot tag again. Tanga Loa, come on, man. Your tag team champion doesn't pay any attention to what's going on, but then again, that could have been a very clever maneuver, because now Chad Gable's in the ring, who's taken a lot of the damage, and there's that big powerbomb, and that could have been enough, you know. That powerbomb alone could have been enough to finish off Chad Gable. Went for the dropkick to the back of Gable, but Gable just felt in his mind's eye, in the back of his head, that he was in danger. Gable's doing pretty well here, actually. I'll tell you what, if the way this match has gone, if American Alpha win, I would be surprised. I would be surprised. Gable now, he's going to go for a Chaos Theory. He is. Chaos Theory, German suplex, Bridges for the pin. 1, 2, but Tama Tonga's there straight away. Oh, you got to love a good Chaos Theory, ain't you? We have got Doug Williams in the draft somewhere. I can't remember where Doug Williams went, you know. He's either on Adrenaline or Octane. I remember that, but I can't remember which one he's gone to. But Chaos Theory German, of course, is his finisher maneuver. Doug Williams was one of those wrestlers that I never appreciated at the time of watching him, but was all, when you sort of think back to how good he was, a bit like Triple H. I couldn't stand Triple H when I was younger. I never really understood just what he was, because he wasn't the thrilling wrestler that you get with some of the others. Like The Rock was the most electrifying man, and Austin was able to come out with a stunner from nowhere, but Triple H was able to tell a really good story in the ring, and I never appreciated that when I was younger, until a bit later on. And now Triple H for me was probably one of the biggest parts of the Attitude Era, because of how well he could work that heel persona, and especially with Stephanie as well. He really did hold a lot together in that Attitude Era, really. If it wasn't for people like him, then the whole Austin and Rock being a face thing wouldn't have worked. There's the pin. Oh my god, he kicked out. He kicked out. I thought that could have been a chance because Tama Tonga was not coming in to save him. It's just crazy. How much is it going to take to keep one of these guys down? Nobody wants to stay down here at all, do they? Jason Jordan now bringing Tanga lower up and then hitting him with that spear. Gore! 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 I had to do that in a funny accent because my voice isn't. My voice is still broken. Jason Jordan bringing Tanga lower back up to his feet, sending him into the corner. We're going to see it again? Yep, we are. Right, this could be the one. If Jordan stays in the ring and takes Tama Tonga out, which he's going to. Oh, he completely missed him. Come on, Jordan. How did you miss him? You complete and utter boob. He went for it again, but still a break by Tama Tonga, who took Jason Jordan out in the process. Nice little middle rope sent on there by Chad Gable. Now Jordan and Tama Tonga stuck in a fight on the outside. So now if Gable can get a big... Oh no. Jordan's been taken out by Tama Tonga once again. Tangaroa. Now Tangaroa's got a big chance because Jordan's down. There's a butterfly into an armbar there by Chad Gable and Tangaloa. Is that going to be enough? That could be enough, you know, to get the tap out. It is! It is! Chad Gable gets the tap out, and we've got brand new tag team champions. Wow. That was an intense match, that was actually. It was a bit of a longer tag team match, but it was a very good tag team match, and we have brand new tag team champions. American Alpha now have wrestled in 3 shows out of 3 in this universe mode, and they've won all 3 of those matches. There's the Chaos German earlier on, and I'm surprised because Guerillas have definitely dominated the early parts of this match. Absolutely dominated. So that's an interesting one for me. And even towards the end, I did not expect that to happen. But there we go. The first part of the American Alpha takeover is upon us. As American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan win their first gold in SW. Like I said, they've had a terrible time in Season 1 and Season 2. They really, really struggle. But now, finally, American Alpha are tag team champions. There we go. That's what we want to see. Tag team champions. And this could be an amazing night for American Alpha. Now, half the job is done. Can Kurt Angle complete the job later on this evening? You'll have to stick around and find out on that one, won't you? Boom. And here's our next match of the evening. It's going to be the Great Khali taking on Hulk Hogan. In what I said earlier on is my take on a sort of... I might be completely wrong here, but my take on a sort of new version of Andre versus Hogan, I suppose, if you look at it that way. I'm probably completely out there, you know what I mean, but... You know what I mean. Big man, big foreigner versus the all-American Hulk Hogan. And that's one of the themes of this Throwdown roster, the whole America versus the world. I'm quite sure what's wrong with Khali's face. He seems to be absorbing quite a lot of the light in his chin and his eyes. There you go. There you go, it's got to be better now. Don't know why they brought the Great Khali back for literally one show and then got rid of him. I would have thought they would at least have kept him until the... yeah, at least kept him until the Indian tour. That would have made more sense to me. He probably will turn up on the India tour anyway, to be honest. It makes sense, doesn't it, really? Jinder Mahal, the Singhs, Great Khali, Kavita Devi. I was very impressed with Kavita Devi, actually. When I watched the Mae Young Classic, I just thought, oh, they've just signed they're putting an Indian woman in here solely just to get some of the the Indian fans in to watch it and this, that and the other, but she was actually really held her own. I was very impressed with her work. As we wait the entrance a bit... Oh, Great Khali's entrance is very long, isn't it? It is the longest thing in history. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. That was terrible. I apologise. I apologise for my poor vocals. I have been ill for a couple of weeks. Let me off on that then, at least. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I just can't get a song out of my head, but you don't have to put it on the game, are you, really? Because it's all copyright music. It's such a pain in the backside. If you ever try and do a YouTube channel yourself, you've got a lot of things you need to watch out for. Literally, I've been doing this now for about 3 or 4 years. And some of the stuff that I've learned as I've gone along is really, you have to, really. Music is a big no-no. Other people's videos, cutting little bits out of there are a big no-no. Because you just get cut off. Your videos get demonetized. Your videos get taken off of YouTube because they contain copyrighted materials. It's so complicated to get things right most of the time, but there you go. There we go then. The Great Khali versus Hulk Hogan. David versus Goliath. American versus anti-American. Was that a handshake? I wasn't paying much attention to it. I was just checking my my recording program to make sure it was working. I did it too many times now. I checked my recording program to see if it's working. But my recording program records like 2 or 3 seconds after my television, which is what I normally watch through my recordings with. So if I don't, if I look between the two, I lose a few seconds of footage. So I miss what's actually happened. Obviously, you don't miss it because it's recording, but switching between the two, of course, because those couple of seconds are gone, I don't know what's going on, to be honest, but there you go. A little insight into my weird and wonderful world, I suppose, eh? So Hogan starting things off pretty strong, and again, a big match this one. There's 10 points available for the winner and -10 available for the loser. Not that you really want the -10, but, you know. And where are these two guys currently at the moment in the old rankings? So, Great Khali's not in a bad position. He's about 25th, so he's in the top quarter. Now, of course, he only came in quite late towards Season 2, so he needs still a bit of building up. He's only had a couple of matches here and there. But a win here would throw him really close to the top 10, so he'd be in a very good position. Hogan had a pretty dodgy... am I right? Yeah, Hogan had... What just happened? What just happened? Hogan almost won. I don't know what happened. I was looking at the rankings. Hogan had a pretty poor Season 2. He's on 95 points. So a win here, because we've had a lot of new people on the roster, and they're all on 100 points, of course, because that's what you get for starting in the middle. Yeah, Hogan's pretty low down, but 10 points would literally shoot him up. 10 points would put Hogan ahead of Khali. And 10 points would put Hogan probably in about 20th, 25th, but it's definitely a move in the right direction, which is what you need. And of course, because we're quite early in the universe mode, both these guys wrestling for the second time, I believe. Yeah, because they were both in the over-the-top rope battle royal to get into the United States Championship, weren't they? So both these guys wrestling for the second time, you're still trying to build up your momentum. Momentum is massive on this game, as it always is. It can really help you push on, especially with the power rankings now, which is a thing. We'll have a look at the power rankings at some point, because after a few episodes, they get right now, because you're using... Well, they've actually done a patch recently, because the power rankings used to be everybody. Everybody on the game was in the power rankings, but now they've changed it in a new patch, so only people involved in the universe mode are in there. So the power rankings for Throwdown are pretty interesting reading. I think at the moment, Jinder Mahal is #1 in the power rankings, because he won an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal on the main event of a weekly show. That's the main reason. So that's going to give him a big boost moving into this match against, of course, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig here this evening. As Hogan in full control here of Khali, who is busted open and bleeding. Hogan now gets taken down by Khali. And there's the big chop. Wow. Out of nowhere, Khali hitting the big chop on Hogan. And I thought Hogan had this one won, you know, and Khali now taking Hogan up with that big choke. There's the slam into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2 count. Hogan kicked out, but there weren't much behind that kick out at all. Khali now stalking the grounded Hogan like a vulture looking to pick off the carcass. But Hogan fighting back. That's his equivalently scoop slam there, that little over the top rope. But Khali using his agility. Khali, of course, really well known for his agility. Yeah, that was terrible, wasn't it? We all know I'm taking the piss there, don't we? Hogan fighting back. Run the back of Khali into a backbreaker. Nice. Hogan bringing Khali back up. Oh, went for the big scoop slam, but Khali slid out the back. That was his big iconic moment we were waiting for there. For all the future Second City Showdowns. Told you, I'm struggling. Last thing is that I'm having a couple of beers while I'm recording this. There's the big boot. I thought he was going to go for I thought he was going to go for the leg drop straight after that, but apparently not. Yeah, I'm having a couple of beers while I drink this, and the tablets that I'm on to help me out from my illness greatly accentuate the effects of alcohol. So I'm going to be a cheap night out, I am. Come on, Hogan, do something. Hogan just staring into the eyes of evil. Yep, Hogan buggered. Oh no, he's fighting back. Now taking Khali up, and Hogan's showing how much strength he's gained in the last 20 years since the Andre match. Steroids are a lot stronger now, aren't they? And there's the atomic leg drop by Hulk Hogan on the great Khali into the pin. 1, 2, and no, Khali kicked out. Holy frickin' guacamole, Jones. Another atomic leg drop, yeah. Yeah, that's going to do it, I think. That is going to do it. Oh, what? Are you joking me? Hogan's annoyed. I'm pretty surprised myself, to be honest. What is going on here? This is crazy. How is Khali doing this? How is Khali kicking out of these big maneuvers? There's another atomic leg drop? Yep. Another atomic leg drop, the third in a short successive of time. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Finally, Hulk Hogan does get the victory over the great Khali. Right. Mark that off. Hogan's going to get himself those all-important points then. Like I said, that's massive for him because we've had a lot of brand new people in the universe mode. They're all on 100 ranking points. They're all right in the middle. And Hogan was just below that. So now he's going to go just above it. But Khali losing 10 points means he's going to drop down to 100. Hogan goes up to 105. So now Hogan is above Khali. Wow. Interesting match, to say the least. And Hulk Hogan, the All-American. Good lad, eh? Be interesting to see what we can get with Hogan now then, moving forward. And here we go then, here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be the Throwdown Women's Championship match as Alicia Fox defends against Emma. The Emma-lution is coming to SWE. And whereas WWE... I don't know what happened in that situation, to be honest, because for me that was a bit of a surprising release because she was getting a lot of TV time. Was Emma. She wrestled Asuka at the pay-per-view. I did hear some rumours, whether they're true or not, that one of the reasons behind it was more to do with outside the ring rather than inside the ring. Twitter presence and so forth was not in line with the company or something along them sort of lines. I don't know. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. But that's what I heard, and it seems that way because I can't understand why she would have been released otherwise. Considering people like... I don't know, no offence to Tamina, but she's still going. She offers less, I think. Dana Brooke, I like Dana Brooke, I must admit, but I think Dana Brooke still has a long way to go before she can catch up with the likes of Emma. Emma was getting over. There was a lot of give Emma a chance, movements on Twitter and so forth. So I'm a bit confused why it happened. Emma didn't ask for a release, as you can tell by the fact that she was absolutely heartbroken when she got released. That was a bad moment for her, and it's just none of it made sense to me. It really didn't. So I'm confused, but at the same time, well, I wish her all the best, I suppose. I know it's probably a bit more difficult for a female, isn't it, to do as well on the indie scene as a male. There is a lot of indie scene stuff out there for females. You've got Shimmer, you've got Shine, Stardom, anything beginning with an S by the looks of it. So a lot of stuff that you can do as a female, but maybe nowhere near as much as there is as a male. Like, you look at some of these male independent wrestlers, you look at people like Ricochet, and a lot of people say, oh, why isn't Ricochet in WWE? But, well, you look at how he wrestles. He's wrestling, like, a lot, like, nearly every single day. And he's earning a ton of money in every appearance. He's getting all his own merchandise money. He's probably got a better life outside WWE, rather than being typecast inside 205 Live. Which is one of the reasons why, of course, Austin Aries requested his leave, because he wasn't being used how he thought he should be used, and fair enough, I suppose. You look at it that way. I like Alicia Fox, though. I'm a big Alicia Fox fan. I don't know why. I never used to be, but I think as time's gone on, she, for me, is one of the best characters. Female characters. Maybe not one of the best wrestlers, but she's not a bad wrestler either. She's got some very, very good stuff. But she's a great character. And I feel like that's one of the best things about Survivor Series, really, was her as the leader, making her team and so forth. I really enjoyed that whole thing, to be honest. And there you go, that's what it's for then, the Throwdown Women's Championship. Not my proudest belt in the world, but still, it's a belt. I struggle with championships, I must admit. There we go then, Emma, of course, won the chance to be in this match after beating Peyton Royce and Alexa Bliss in a triple threat match. You know what, I've not done an episode in a couple of weeks, and I've really forgot how good some of these rosters bloody are, you know. They are pretty interesting, aren't they? Pretty damn good. And there is Alicia Fox, of course, won the Throwdown Women's Championship in the final episode of Season 2 inside the Elimination Chamber. It was an amazing night, wasn't it, really? And Alicia Fox really stole that night for me. She held the gold. Can she make her first championship defense? It's one-on-one. Should, in theory, be easier for her, but you never know. But I'm sure there's a few people out there, especially Jay. I know Jay's out there watching this thinking, I bloody hope that Emma wins, because he's a big Emma fan. And here we go then. Is the Emma-lution upon us? Or will the Foxy reign continue? Foxy lady. Bow, 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 do, 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 do. Yeah, I went off a little bit. I forgot his name now. Jimi Hendrix. Knee in the gut there by Alicia Fox on Emma. And taking Emma straight up, looking for that powerbomb. Well, okay. Alicia Fox has been doing the weights. Emma taking Alicia Fox down. Into the rope she goes. And a big knee in the gut by Fox on Emma. So, of course, don't forget, we've still got 2 more championship matches left for you after this one. Straight after this match, we will have Mr. Perfect versus Jinder Mahal for the United States Championship. Then we've got, of course, our Fatal 4-Way. Jeff Cobb, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and Michael Elgin. And then, of course, your main event. Chicago's own CM Punk defends his Throwdown Championship against Kurt Angle. The Second City Hero versus the Olympic Hero. Emma now bring Alicia Fox as draping it over the top rope. My face is really weird. I don't know, that's such a random sentence for you guys to hear me say, but it's true. Basically, one of the side effects of these pills that I'm on is that have you been to the dentist and you've had an injection in your gum? Yeah, my entire face feels like that. Like, from top to bottom, my entire face is, like, stiff and numb. It's really weird. It's horrible. That's why I keep slurring my words every now and again, you'll hear me. Maybe I need to drink more beer. There we go. Yep, that's better. Alicia Fox now standing over the body of Emma, heading up to the middle rope. Nice big splash there by Alicia Fox. Now, I'm not expecting Alicia Fox to have a massively long Women's Championship reign here, but Women's Championship in Season 2 was in all 4 brands. was a belt that changed hands a lot. It was one that we really couldn't get much much consistency in. I feel like we're going to get more consistency this time, though. Alicia Fox with a backdrop there on Emma. Now, there's a leg drop as well. Fox now heading up to the middle rope. Oh, went for the drop kick. Emma nearly got out the way. Not quite, though. Jawbreaker by Emma on Alicia Fox, but Alicia Fox fighting back. A very scrappy back and forth match, this one so far. Emma the front chancery now just slamming the back of the head of Alicia Fox into the mat. I'm hoping my PlayStation's getting very, very loud. I'm hoping you can't hear that too. I'm going to turn up the game audio slightly. Hope that's not too loud. I think it's okay on this game. It's other games like Skyrim and that where the game audio is a bit of a problem. Emma now, there's that cross body in the corner. I do like that move, I really do. So we could see the submission. It's been so long since I've seen Emma wrestle properly, or Emma win a match, I suppose, that I can't remember what a submission finisher looks like, to be honest. Alicia Fox the pin, though. Alicia Fox's finisher is the she does the old didgeridoo, doesn't she? The fisherman suplex, but it's been said by quite a few people that she's got one of the best bridges in wrestling, but I think that's more to do with, I don't know. Well, she probably would do, because she's not a big girl, is she? She's quite slight, so probably quite agile. I suppose that bridge can be very, very good, I suppose, can't it? Nice running dropkick there by Alicia Fox. Nice handstand leg drop as well. And Alicia Fox up on the middle rope now, taunting the crowd. Can Alicia be the first person in Throwdown to retain a championship? Of course, I've one championship match so far and one new champion, but Emma taking Alicia up. Alicia slides back into an arm breaker. Nice drop kick to the knee there by Alicia. Another big chop as well. A right hand now into a Russian leg sweep. A boot in the gut of Emma as well. And slamming her face first into the mat. Oh, it's launching Emma across the ring. She hit the middle ropes. That looked painful now. Alicia Fox just rubbing the face of Emma into the mat. Dropping an elbow now, rolling Emma over. Emma, almost a dead weight there to roll over. Only a 2 count though. Stamp on the back, and now Alicia Fox dragging Emma mid of the ring. And again, going to go for that handspring leg drop. And again, taunting the crowd. She'd be going for the win here. Alicia, this is your big chance. And here she goes, stalking Emma. If she hits the fisherman's here, I'm happy whoever wins this one, to be honest. I'd like to see Emma win. But at the same time, I do like Alicia Fox. And look at that, slamming her face first into the mat. There's the pin. Is this going to be enough? 1, 2, and 3. And the reign of the Fox continues. Wow. I was not expecting that. I must admit, I was not expecting that. Like I said, I was happy no matter who won this one, because Emma is a great asset, as is Alicia Fox to this brand. But I was surprised, I must admit, by the result. I did expect on paper Emma to walk out of this one with the championship. I really did. But there we go. I apologise, Jay. I know you were disappointed as well. But that, for me, that was a very interesting match. And Alicia Fox has proved to me wrong a little bit, because, like I said, I sort of assumed, even though she won the belt, of course, in the Elimination Chamber, which shows how good she is, but I just assumed that she might have been a bit lucky in that one, and when she came one-on-one against her first opponent, she was going to lose it. But that is massive for Alicia Fox. Her first championship defence, and also picking up quite a bit of momentum and ranking points as well here at SWE Second City Showdown. Or Throwdown. Yeah, no, Showdown. No, Throwdown. Second City Throwdown. It would help if I knew what I was doing, wouldn't it, really? That's always useful, isn't it? Alicia Fox, look at that. Well, who's going to be next to go after Alicia Fox? There's some very, very strong ladies on this roster, and I'm sure someone's going to have her in her sights. And here is our next match then. It is going to be Jinder Mahal taking on Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig for the United States Championship. And of course, Samir and Sunil Singh will be at ringside. The Maharaja. So it wasn't a very good night earlier on for Great Khali. But Jinder Mahal's got a massive chance here. And like I was saying earlier about the power rankings, that's what I'm thinking of. The power rankings. Of course, Jinder Mahal currently top because of that massive win he had. Of course, he won this match opportunity by winning an 8-man over the top rope battle royal. That is why he's in this match. And because of that massive victory, which is in the main event of a weekly show, that is what puts him top of the power rankings, which means that he does get plus 15 in all attributes, which is going to make him phenomenal here. And I really, really worry for the championship reign of Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. I really do. That is Sunil, I think. And that's Samir, I think. The guy in the middle is Jinder, I know that. I can tell you that, but I think that's Sunil on the right and Samir on the left. Or it's Sunil on the left and Samir on the right. It's one of those two, I know that. Until they start wrestling properly, it's a bit difficult to tell, isn't it? Because they're just known as the Singh brothers, so it's difficult to tell which one's which. Until they start wrestling, I don't know why they don't use them in matches. Like, they're both good wrestlers. Why not use them? They're just literally managers at the moment, but they can wrestle. Why not use them? Why not feud them against American Alpha? You can't. Well, you could feud them against American Alpha, can't you? And here we go then. Your United States champion, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig, defeated Samoa Joe at the last episode of Season 2. Of course, Shabby Mania to win the championship. And now this is his first opportunity to defend it. Will he be victorious? As I said earlier on, I'm dubious about this one for him. I do worry because of, like I said, the power rankings and the stats that Jinder Mahal has got. I feel like this could be a little bit too far ahead of Curt Hennig, but you never know. You never know. There's a good chance here Hennig could pull something off good. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real Albanian. I've got a song stuck in my head now. Is it stuck in your head as well? I bet it is. It's one of those songs, isn't it? Fight for the right. Fight for your life. There we go, that's what it's for. The United States Championship. There's your challenger then. The steroided one. Of course, Jinder Mahal. The winner of that 8-man over the top rope battle royal, which did include the Great Khali, the Iron Sheik, Rusev, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, and Lex Luger. So it was a big match. A massive win for him, really. And he takes on, of course, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig, his first appearance here. And I just feel like the momentum that Jinder's built up and being top of the power rankings, I just feel like this match has to be Jinder's. I think we're going to have a brand new United States champion at the end of this. And that United States champion would be one of the anti-Americans. The Canadian Indian. The Canadian. Canadian. Well, that doesn't work, does it? Canadian. Because they're both the same ending, aren't they? India. No, that doesn't work either, does it? I'm trying to mix Canada and India up, but they've both got similar beginnings and ends, haven't they? So it's difficult, really. India, Canada. Inada. You know, this was the most pointless conversation I've even started in my life, wasn't it? It's the same with the Singh brothers as well, though. They're Canadian, but they've got Indian heritage, which is why they come across as the Indians. Just basically, again, it's WWE's way of trying to sell to different markets. Hence why when they did the Cruiserweight Classic and the Mae Young Classic, they are very obsessed with flags and who you're representing. So like TJ Perkins, for example, was representing the Philippines. And Noam Dar was representing Israel. Israel? But of course, Noam Dar, if you've ever listened to him talk, He doesn't sound very Israeli, does he? He sounds more Glaswegian. It's the way it is, I suppose, isn't it? It's trying to sell to different markets. That's what you do. You try and settle what you've got. And I think the ascension of Jinder Mahal was a good idea. I think it was a good idea. I know some people will be annoyed by it, and I think it has run its course. Well, they've knocked it off, haven't they? It was too much. I think it had run its course far too much in the championship picture, but now, of course, that has changed. Have to get back in the ring, guys. Yep. Hennig slides back in as well. Yeah, of course, they have cut it out now, and they with AJ taking the belt away from Jinder. Unless Jinder's won it back before after I've recorded this episode, you know what I mean? Which is highly possible, I suppose. But yeah, it makes sense to try and sell to that market. It's a big open market. There's a lot of money in there. It's the second or third biggest market in the world. So why not try and get some money out of it? Shoulder block in the corner there by Jinder Mahal now. Perching Curt Hennig top of the ropes. Tree of Woe situation. I've forced his boot right in the face. And rolling Hennig over for the early pin. Jinder now stamping on the back of Curt Hennig. Up on the middle ropes, winning Hennig back up to his feet. Nice diving shoulder block, taking Curt Hennig down. Hennig now with the arm drag, taking Jinder down, chop across the chest. Taking Jinder up into a vertical suplex. Stamping on the gut as well now. Wrenching back at the chin of Jinder Mahal. Jinder taking Mr. Perfect up on his shoulders. Perfect fighting back with the elbows right in the face of Jinder. Perfect now taking Jinder up into a vertical suplex. Dropping an elbow right into the chest as well. Perfect now with the snapmare. And Perfect doing well here, actually. Taking some control of this match. Perfect now. Oh, he's hooking the leg already early in the match for this, but he's going to go for it. There's the Perfect Plex, middle of the ring. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Jinder Mahal kicked out. Jinder now taking Perfect up his shoulders. Perfect slides out into a DDT. Perfect now bringing Jinder back up to his feet. Into a Saito suplex. Bridges with a pin, actually, with a backdrop. 2. Only a 2 count. Nice elbow in the spine of Jinder Mahal. A boot in the back of the arm as well. Perfect taking Jinder up on his shoulders, but Jinder sliding out the back into a reverse DDT. Jinder running knee strike. What a vicious maneuver that was. They've done some serious damage. There's the pin by Perfect. Only a 1 count. Wow. Showing how strong Jinder currently is with that only 1 count. After damage has already been hit as well. Perfect now up on the middle rope. What's he got planned? Nice drop kick. And Mr. Perfect, instead of taking advantage, he's going to try and build the crowd up, get the crowd behind him. Sort of works, I suppose. You build a momentum. Jinder now with the arm breaker on Perfect. And now, oh, nice. There's a stroke. Stamping on the back of Perfect now. Jinder stalking him. This could be the beginning of the end. It looks like it could be. Taking him up. There it is. There's the pin. 1, 2. And we have got a brand new United States champion, ladies and gentlemen. And he's not very United States at all, is he? He's very anti-American. But it is the case. It's what's happened. Wow. Wow, indeed. Perfect hit the perfect plex there as well. The backdrop with a pin. It was just a very back and forth, wasn't it? Very, very back and forth. But eventually Jinder just started taking control of that knee in the face. Followed up by that big slam, which I've forgotten what it's called. But there you go. Your new United States champion here in SWE Throwdown. It is Jinder Mahal. I thought it was going to happen, to be honest. Yeah, it was always sort of feeling that way, wasn't it? Like I said, with being top of the power rankings and having that massive victory and the momentum behind him, it just feels like that was always going to happen, wasn't it? But there you go. Jinder Mahal, your brand new United States champion. And here we go then. Here's that big match that I've been looking forward to all night. It's Keith Lee, Jeff Cobb, Matt Riddle, and an iffy looking Michael Hogan. Not bad, but his face is a bit off. In a fatal four-way match. The winner of this one is going to get a massive, massive boost in this universe mode. Of course, normally it's 20 points for a win. But because it's a pay-per-view, it's worth double. So 40 points to the winner. Which is going to launch them really into the top 10 in this universe mode. So it's a big win. And of course, the three losers are all going to lose 10 points. So there's a massive 50-point swing available for the winner of this one. And first up, then we've got Jeff Cobb, who does look really good. His face is it's good. It's a little bit face scanny. You can see like a few lines there that shouldn't be there, but apart from that, it does look really, really good. There aren't. I mean, there was another Jeff Cobb available which looks pretty good, but it's not got any moveset or anything like that attached to it, so I didn't bother, to be honest, because I'm too lazy to sort that out myself. So I'm sure there'll be another good one available at some point. But Jeff Cobb, someone who's obviously brand new into Universe mode. We've used Matanza Cueto a bit in the past, but since we've changed it this year to allow different characters to be in the game, because that's why we do it now. Because we always said before that you're not allowed the same wrestler in the game twice, but we are going to allow characters. So, for example, we are going to allow different versions. So you got Three Faces of Foley, Cactus Jack Dude Love, and Mankind, all separate characters, therefore all available in the universe mode, but only one per brand. So Jeff Cobb was never involved before because we always had Matanza Cueto, but now of course we've got both. Matanza Cueto's over on Carnage, Jeff Cobb here on Throwdown. Now this is a brand new Matt Riddle, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. It looks pretty good. Apart from his lips look a little bit inflated, but we'll have a see. We'll have a see how good he looks now. Come on. Come on, Ridsky, where are you? Whoa, that's a little bit of a dodgy camera work there, but doing the trick. His legs look a bit funny, don't they? Yeah, I think face-wise we're looking pretty good here. Again, it's for you to guys tell me down in the comment section below what you think of this Matt Riddle. I think it looks pretty good, actually, but in fairness. Does look pretty good. Not quite sure about the butt wiggling. And still, I'm going to tell this story again, but still, one of the funniest moments I had in watching NXT TakeOver was when they cut to, I think it might have been Bobby Roode in the crowd. I can't remember who it was there. It might have been Bobby Roode in the crowd. Or maybe Drew McIntyre, actually. No, Drew McIntyre was backstage, wasn't he? He wasn't in the crowd. Yeah, I think it was Bobby Roode. They cut to Bobby Roode in the front row. And the commentators said, oh, look who it is. It's Bobby Roode sat in the crowd. What the hell is he doing here? And behind Bobby Roode was a really, really drunk Matt Riddle with a beer in his hand, just like screaming down the camera behind Bobby Roode's head. That was so funny. So funny. I bet you'll be able to find it on YouTube or something. Obviously, after you watch this video, of course. But I bet you'll be able to find it on YouTube or something. It was a really funny little bit, that was. Right, so third entrant into this match is going to be, I think it's Keith Lee, I think it is. Number 3. Number 3, Keith Lee. There he is, yeah, Keith Lee. Now these three guys, of course, very, I don't want to say similar, but they're at a similar level, I think. Yeah, especially in PWG. I take a lot of my stuff from PWG. I think Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb are very similar. They're big lads who are very, very accomplished movers. They can do some pretty good stuff, some pretty interesting stuff as well. Matt Riddle, a bit more of a ground and pounder, I suppose, submission specialist as well, striker as well, of course, his MMA background. And Michael Elgin's just stupid. Michael Elgin is just incredible, incredible strength. Bask in my glory. Nice. quite like this Keith Lee as well, actually. It's pretty good. I'm so happy because last year there was quite like none of these people in the ring right now. Jeff Cobb couldn't find a good one. Keith Lee couldn't find a good one. Matt Riddle. We had a decent Matt Riddle last year, but still not a good one. So it's good to be able to finally get some of these people. Michael Elgin. I don't know. He looks a bit cross-eyed, doesn't he, actually? He looks okay, actually. I think his face is a bit out. That's the problem. His attire looks spot on, but his face is out. That's the issue for me. He does look really funny. His eyes look really funny, don't they? What's wrong with his eyes? Yeah. There is no good Michael Elgins at the moment, which is a bit of a surprise to me, because I would have thought that Michael Elgin would have been the first, or one of the first guys that people started to make. So I'm a little bit surprised. Not one of the first, maybe, but he's very good, isn't he? And with his work, obviously, towards the top end of New Japan now, as well as Ring of Honor, he has been for years, and doing your PWG stuff. Yeah, I would have thought it would have been quite a high priority creation for a lot of people. And this is going to be a big match on this one. Let's go back onto the rankings before this match starts so I don't get confused. Because I'm bound to get confused at some point. Okay. Okay. That's weird. So where are we? What was I looking at? Where are we? Okay. La 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 la. Matt Riddle's on 125 points. God, so many people on this now. Jeff Cobb's on 100, Keith Lee's on 100, and Michael Elgin, 93. So a good mixture. It's a massive win for whoever gets this one. It's a massive win. So we've got Jeff Cobb and Keith Lee on the outside, Matt Riddle and Elgin on the inside. Nice fisherman suplex there, and now Riddle bringing Elgin back up. Elgin, nice clothesline, taking him down. Nice gut wrench suplex there by Elgin. And there's an armbar. Elgin locking it in on Matt Riddle. Oh my God, see that powerbomb on the outside by Keith Lee on Jeff Cobb? That was insane. Just launched him halfway across the ring. Halfway across the arena. Keith Lee's demolishing Jeff Cobb out there. Matt Riddle now taking Michael Elgin up. Oh, dropped him right into a knee. And there's a back senton as well. Arm drag takedown there by Elgin on Riddle, then takes him into a DDT. Riddle now taking Elgin up on his shoulders, dropping him neck first across that top rope. Into a pin he goes. Of course, first pinfall or submission wins this one. It's not elimination. Riddle up on the top. Nice diving crossbody on Michael Elgin. Nice gut wrench there. Keeping the grip and rolling the hip. Into the second again, keeping the grip, rolling the hip. Matt Riddle into the pin. One. Only a one count. Very back and forth. A bit scrappy this one so far. Nothing nothing major. Some interesting manoeuvres. That powerbomb by Keith Lee was the best, I think, on the outside. That was insane. Cobb sending Keith Lee into the corner. What is Jeff Cobb going to do here? Of course, the strength of all these guys is incredible. Wow, Keith Lee fighting Jeff Cobb off, and there's a big splash. Like I said, it's crazy the power and the strength, but the agility of these guys. That's the main one, the agility. It's crazy. There's the pin by Keith Lee as Elgin stalking Matt Riddle. Elgin now, the Elgin bomb on Riddle. Of course, the spinning power bomb. But there's the pin. Elgin going for the pin, but Keith Lee and Cobb does notice, and Cobb does come across, and the strength of Jeff Cobb there, he was able to take out his opponent as well as break up the pin, which is pretty insane. Elgin now dumping on the back of the leg of dumping. That was the wrong word, wasn't it? Stamping on the back of the leg. Elgin now sending Keith Lee off the ropes. Oh, nice. Did you see that? Elgin caught the leg of Jeff Cobb, and as he did, Matt Riddle just came in with a bicycle kick. Nice back elbow. Matt Riddle now into the pin. Only a 2 count. Just such a strong match, this one. Everyone is really, really strong. I don't know. I could not even take a guess who I think was going to win this one either, because it is literally just so out there. All 4 of these guys could pull it off, and it's going to be make or break, because one of these 4 guys, like I said, is going to get 40 ranking points, which is the equivalent to 8 singles victories on normal weekly TV. So this is massive. This is a chance to really super boost your universe mode for all of Season 3. Michael Elgin now taking Keith Lee up, showing his strength into a buckle bomb. Matt Riddle sending Jeff Cobb over the top, and Riddle goes to the outside as well. I don't think he's noticed the pinfall by Michael Elgin, who almost pulled it off, but not quite enough. Keith Lee now bringing Michael Elgin back up. But Elgin playing possum, taking Keith Lee down. Right, so Keith Lee now taking Elgin up. What's he going to go for here? Oh, nice, it's an Ibushi bomb that sits out last ride. That could be enough here, you know. There's the pin by Keith Lee. Riddle's not in a good position here. 1, 2, and Keith Lee's done it. There we go. The points go to Keith Lee. Nice. Keith Lee has just shot himself straight up the rankings. I think he was, yeah, this is his first universe mode, his first season in the universe mode. So he is on 100 points start with, which puts him now up to 140, which moves him up to 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moves him even higher than that, actually. Moves him up to 5th. Yeah, moves him up to 5th. No, even higher. Because Perfect lost his championship. Moves him up to 4th in the rankings. Wow. 4th in the rankings. That's going to... gotta thrust him right into a chance at a championship, surely. Or a chance to get a chance at a championship, you know. Maybe put him in a #1 contendership or some of those sort of lines. But there we go, big win there for Keith Lee. And ladies and gentlemen, it's main event time. Here we go then, main event time as Kurt Angle takes on the hometown hero CM Punk for the Throwdown Championship. Let's get straight into it. Now, of course, it's already been a pretty strong night for American Alpha, of course, winning the Tag Team Championships. But now they've got a chance to win even more. It'll be a massive, massive night. If they could pull off a Tag Team Championships and the Throwdown Championship in one night, that'd be insane. Absolutely insane. That'd be a hell of a night. And then Shelton Benjamin maybe pushing towards that United States Championship as well. Like I said, I've only just been able to get hold of a good Shelton Benjamin. So if we... it's a... Yeah, I think Shelton Benjamin should get a good chance now. I think we didn't really use him well in Season 2. But we've got a very good version of him now. And I think, obviously, we can sort of... I don't want to freebird the championships necessarily, but we could sort of freebird the whole stable a bit. We could maybe have Gable team up with Shelton Benjamin one week and have Jason Jordan going singles, or maybe Jordan can team with Gable and Benjamin can do some singles, or Benjamin can team with Jordan. It's just one of those sort of interchangeable situations, I suppose. And I might look at doing that, I suppose, just a way to get more people on the card. More tag matches. They're still a little bit rough, some of the tag matches, aren't they, to be honest? Here we go then. Kurt Angle, the challenger, of course, won this opportunity by defeating Shinsuke Nakamura in the opening week of Throwdown, in our opening match of Throwdown this season as well. It's a hell of a way. How do you start a brand new season? You started strong with Nakamura versus, of course, Kurt Angle. So we go then. Yeah, this... I don't know. I think I've got a better CM Punk now, to be honest, but... It's the cult of personality. So I've just got music stuck in my head all night tonight. Yeah, that should be good. Kurt Angle versus CM Punk is a match that I don't think ever did happen, did it? No, it kind of didn't. I don't think Angle and Punk really matched timelines, did they really? Because Angle had left WWE by the time Punk came through. And I think Punk had left WWE by the time Angle came back. So it was, yeah, the timelines weren't really right, were they, I suppose? CM Punk there rocking the old Sabo entrance. I don't think this is a fantastic... The attire of CM Punk is pretty good. The tattoos are pretty good. But I think the face is a little bit out. Like I said, I do have a new version. That's what I said earlier. When I said earlier on, I'll bug, I forgot to do it. What I meant was I'd forgotten to change the CM Punk's over. But obviously, I can't change it once I've started it because because obviously the match has already started. There we go. That's what it's for. The Throwdown Championship. Your challenger from somewhere in America. The first victim of Karen Jarrett. Kurt Angle. Yeah, Peter Toby was on about that the other day. The fact that Angle was a former alcoholic. And now the fact that Jeff Jarrett is in rehab for alcoholism. He said about how Karen Jarrett just obviously must push people towards the bottle. I'm sure that's not the case, but you know... it's the consistent between the two cases, I suppose, so it's possible, but yeah. I was saying CM Punk's tattoos look pretty good. They're sort of not blended around the back of the arm, so it is a bit rough on that one. So I do have a better version now, and we will start using him as of the next show, but yeah, like I said, once you've started a show, you can't change the people that are in the matches anymore, can you? Whereas in the last universe, you could change the matches in the middle of the show. But once you've done this, once you've fixed what you've got, fixed your show, you can't change anything. Yeah, this Punk's a little bit out, isn't it? He's a bit pale, his tattoos look a bit iffy. It's a shame, it is a shame, but like I said, this is a one-off. We'll get a better Punk after this. My face hurts. Still, that's the second time I've said that now, isn't it? There we go. A bit of beer, that'll numb it off. Punk with a boot across the chest of Angle. Angle's back up now into a DDT out of nowhere. So if you remember in Season 2 of the Universe mode, this will test your memory, we did use the Second City Throwdown as our first pay-per-view in Season 2. However, in that show, CM Punk lost in a match for the Throwdown Championship when he got defeated by Zack Sabre Jr., who used the GTS on CM Punk to win the match. So Punk did not get the big championship victory in front of his home crowd. He's hoping for it this time. But Kurt Angle, again, another very, very difficult opponent. And it really could go either way for him. Nice brainbuster. And Punk is in control now. Angle now sending Punk over his shoulder, dropping him back first. Angle bringing Punk back up, but Punk taking Angle over. Angle playing possum, taking Punk down with the arm drag. Very back and forth match at the moment. Not much going on. No one able to take real control. But Angle's going to try with that big maneuver. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. Be interesting as well, but if Angle goes for the Angle Slam or he goes for the ankle lock, that's going to be quite interesting as well. Angle now, big right hands on Punk. Bringing Punk back up to his feet, up on the shoulders. Angle dropping Punk. Oh no, he's just slammed him straight into that turnbuckle. Wow. That's a pretty big move, that is, actually, especially since obviously Punk's had the issue of his back in recent times. That's why he left it. Well, not why he left WWE, but that was one of the problems he had when he left WWE. Nice leg breaker there by Angle, maybe building up towards a potential submission of the knee. But of course he's more known for his ankle lock. But I think when you've got an ankle lock, when you start to grapevine the leg like he does sometimes, you've got the ankle lock and you grapevine the leg, you can also lock in a knee bar on top of the ankle lock. It's a pretty complex maneuver, but if you can get it, then you're looking pretty strong. As Angle now with the German, now looking for the second German, and now the trifecta of German suplexes. Angle looking strong. Nice German suplex there by Punk. Now Punk bringing Angle back up to his feet, sending Angle into the corner. I thought he was going to go for that running knee into the Bulldog, but Angle able to fight it free. Now into a tornado DDT. Angle's looking in a strong position here. But he's just staring down at Punk now, and he's not really paying much attention to what's going on. There we go, he's finally going to do something about it. He's finally going to do something about it. Angle now bringing Punk back up to his feet. Went for the big right hand, but Punk caught it into a right hand of his own. Now Punk taking Angle up. Oh, out of nowhere, just taking Angle up onto his shoulders into the GTS. Angle's down. Punk could get this here. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh no, Angle kicked out. Angle kicked out of the GTS in front of Punk's home crowd here in Chicago. Punk is not happy at all, as you can see. Now taking Angle down with a stiff clothesline to another one as well. Catching the boot into a spinning heel kick, taking Angle down. Punk now bringing Angle back up into the corner. Punk now into a tornado. Oh, it was like a tornado DDT. We went all the way around and garroted Angle over that top rope. Punk now bringing Angle back up to his feet. Into the corner he goes once again. He's going to go for it again, is he? Okay. Can't beat a good bit of move variety, can you? Punk again garroting. Oh, into a springboard elbow drop though by Punk, and this could be it now for Kurt Angle's. Punk stalking. Up on the shoulders he goes. Into the GTS, and there we go. CM Punk taking Angle down for the second time, and surely that is going to confirm his championship defense, and it does. CM Punk is victorious. Victorious. There we go. CM Punk defends his championship, and that was a interesting night then. 2 championships successfully defended in Alicia Fox and CM Punk, and 2 brand new champions in Jinder Mahal and American Alpha. So CM Punk finally gets the big victory at his home pay-per-view, of course, Second City Throwdown. It was a pretty easy match for him, wasn't it? It was a pretty easy match for him, wasn't it, really? I told you I'm struggling. I really am. I'm getting there, though. I'm much better than what I was. If you'd seen me about a week and a half ago, I was a state. I was out of it. I was barely human. There we go. That was the second GTS. And CM Punk retains at the Throwdown Championship. Like I said, we are going to change CM Punk's to a better one now because they've not blended his skin colour in with his tattoos. These tattoos don't go around the back of his arm either. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's just not a good enough job for me. There's still some issues with this CM Punk. Like I said, the new one we've got, I think, is a better one, so we'll start using that one from now on. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do hit the like, of course, and subscribe if you want to see some more. Tomorrow, like I said, we are going to have another special. We're going to have the Money in the Bank special, so that'll be interesting to see as well. And then, of course, we've got Mayhem on Sunday as well. I'm just have a quick look actually before we go. I'm going to show you the inner workings of the Universe mode, which you've already seen, of course, because you've got the game yourself, most of you. I just want to have a look at the power rankings, see what that's done to the power rankings now. So if I come out of here, which I can't, I've got to press continue, have I? Okay, I've got to press continue. To load another loading screen, as you always do. I just want to see, yeah, because obviously Jinder Mahal winning the United States Championship, but CM Punk defending his championship in a main event of a pay-per-view should definitely move him up the power rankings. So we'll have a quick look at that now. Right, where are we? Power rankings. There you go. So Jinder Mahal's still number 1. The Usos are 2 and 3 for some reason. Tama Tonga's number 4. Cena's number 5. Not quite sure why, because these people have not won matches. Like Nakamura just beat Benoit, didn't he? So he's probably right. But where, like, Buddy Roberts has moved up to 10th from 43. That's really weird. I don't quite know what's happened here, to be honest. Because if I find someone, for example, like Kurt Angle, yeah, you've got up. Where's CM Punk then? Like, Keith Lee just won that fatal 4-way at a pay-per-view, and he's only 36th. So I don't think this power rankings works too well. I think we'll stick with our power rankings. I think our rankings are a lot bloody better, aren't they? Because some of this is just completely out there, isn't it? Really. Like Gable and Jordan just won the tag team championships and they're 50th and 51st. I don't know. We'll ignore their power rankings for now. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, like I said, please do like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. And, yeah, I've been Chevy Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of SWE Universe Mode. Bye.